Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Mccaffrey. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Second and 6. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On third down, he'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jets will take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, caught by Mims. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 45-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They run once more with Edwards. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 25-yard line. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, Had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Play action. Now Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. He's not going to get me.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
No gain on this defense.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Let's go now.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got to trip this side. I got to trip this side. We got to go.
They'll drop to throw. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Tag 70 Timberwolves.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw here. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 28. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Shut up. 70 Lions.
Minus 57.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, Patriots. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York set to take the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards.
It's run, fellas. It's run.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike. They're not ready for this, man.
Wilson.
They still playing soccer.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing is Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 34's the Mike.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. That is caught at the 7. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. McCaffrey. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
So here's Wilson and the Jets. Down 31-28. A minute 15 remaining. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. At time, a huge factor. Their perfect start to the season in serious peril as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yes, Mike. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. 58, right over there, Yeah. Mike.
Throwing now is Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half.
Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 3 of the NFL. Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, It's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on third down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Back 55. Back 55.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5 underneath to Spiller. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Devon Hamilton busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He gets this out to Spiller. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, you know me pretty well now. You know what I want to do after that completed pass. 4th down by 3. What do I want to do here?
You want to go for it. You might be tempted. I think they need to kick it.
Yeah, someone might have to overrule me. Get the kicker out there, tie this game up.
Hopkins' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
I got you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
2nd and 2. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll drop to throw.
Here we go.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And that flag accepted.
Let's go.
Dobbins trying the left side. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Give him 3 on the carry there. That sets up a long 3rd down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the middle with Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Eckler now between the tackles. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Running on first down, Eckler. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. It's Eckler again. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So now the Jags down on the scoreboard. 33 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
He'll look to throw.
Dobbins with it. And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9.
Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry up.
Gets this to Moore. And he'll get him a first down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Chargers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A.
day. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Check, 45 the mic. Pick me up. Here we go. Jim.
After the interception, here's Jackson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Two yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run with Patterson. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
He'll find Fournette again here.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And the catch made by Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. And Jackson throwing once more.
This one taken in by Otten. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Up the gut, Fournette. And some room to work. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
102 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
44, Mike, 44.
Now it's the backup Goff. Forced out to his... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Arnold Ebiketie able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 25-yard line. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, going back to Patterson. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Here we go.
2nd and 2. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
3 down.
They'll go again with Patterson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Let's go. Hey, Mike's 15.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Ritter on target to Pitts for a Falcon first down.
Ready. Black 40.
Crunch. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Ready, go.
Give to Patterson, running to the right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. On 2nd, here's Algier. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
53. Set, cut. Cut, go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Set, go.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
Come on. Set.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Cut, cut.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
On the ready.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Atlanta, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On first down, right back to Hall. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. On second down, here's a run from Haskins. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. First down, they'll stick with Haskins. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
So still 14 yards to go, second down. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And here he's got Graham. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 32-yard line. On first and 10, it's Hall. Taken down at the 30. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Let's go now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. 7 yards there and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Tries the left side and finds Olave.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
Single, slot. Hey.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but I'm on the defensive side of the ball.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Tucker able to complete. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Go, boys, bring it up. Hey, right, Roger. 3 down. Hey, check. 3, go.
Off play action, Tannehill.
He'll look downfield for Waller.
A gain of 37.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Tannehill.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go. 30. 2 times.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
10, 80. Three down. Hey, check Mike 45. He's tired of me. Go. He's tired of us. 45. Ready, hunt.
Hall ought to give up the middle.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their 1st half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the 1st half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the 2nd half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Tennessee, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
Today, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 3 of the NFL on E!
On first down, from throw left side, complete to Ingram. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On second down, this is Harris. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 80 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw from. Setting up the screen, Harris. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They'll try and throw for it with Fromm. It's caught left side by Cooks. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down.
Set, hut, black, 95.
Check. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Hey, watch the
Set, hut.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
60 red. 60 red.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Red, 38.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Let's go one more.
It's a gain of 5.
Check Mike 6.
Go. Go.
They'll set up to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he is going to have a Saints first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Ready up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming. Hey, check Mike 6.
Set. Go.
Mike 6.
Ready. Go. Ready. Go.
Up the middle they go. Randolph. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. He finds some open field here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Mike 6. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T. Watch out.
After the penalty, it's Jones. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Fix your blue.
On 2nd down now. Randolph. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Lutz with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From. And Cooks has it over the middle. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
They're going to 88. Single. I got a single in the slot.
45's the mic. 45's the mic.
From off of play action. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Okay, right?
I got you, pop.
Hey, check Mike, Mike,
Cut, go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Saints, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as
today, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati,
54's Mike. 54's
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now Burrow on 1st down. He finds his tight end Gentry. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands,
speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Fights through him. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively.
Here we go. Ready?
Tight end right.
3 down, 3 down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Big 13. Big 13.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he powers his way up past the 30. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Here we go. Ready? Nice one.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Now a first down throw. Watson.
Got an open man. It's Pickens.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Here's Watson. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Here's Watson.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw, Watson.
Complete to Austin here over the middle.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Watson looks to throw again.
Pickens on the slant.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Watson.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. From the 50, it's Watson. He finds Austin complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. This will be caught at about the 6. And in for the Steelers, touchdown.
Calvin Austin,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
On third down, Mixon, and he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson. That's complete to his, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Watson's throw complete to Freiermuth. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Cincinnati, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
Lady. 25 to Mike. All day, just like that. Just like that. Hey, 25 to Mike.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. High throw, but the catch is made. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Pollard is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Jones on target over the middle to Hill. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Back to throw again. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he will have a Vikings 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Again, he'll drop to throw. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now
they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Jones. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Good gain there on 1st down. And keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 48 yards on the ground for him so far. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay.
Still 3rd down.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Right there in the middle, 55. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike 55, Mike 55. Mike 55. Check 55, Mike.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Denver, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
today. From Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Edwards-Helaire trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They go play action with Hurts. His throw incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside. Make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hurts. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Hurts.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And Detroit getting set to go now.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
He'll find Williams on the slant.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Lions will take over. So now the Lions down by a field goal, just over 1:40 to play. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Back to throw. And that will be.
Reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Finding Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. First down now, but that clock rolling. That's caught again by Schultz. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Back to throw. Wright's got it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Lions now, they'll get the first crack at things here in overtime as we are back underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
That's on the former first-rounder Taylor Decker. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Fire's the mic. Fire's the mic.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now a first throw here in overtime. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here comes the Lions punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Nifty footwork at the 45. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
On 2nd and inches, Hurts. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Hurts to throw, and completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So it's a win here for the Lions, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for the Lions, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Today, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
It's going to be a long day.
2nd and 5. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks will add to their 4th quarter lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Take it in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. He'll get this to Connor underneath. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. Ertz has it left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. Now Murray again. Rolling to his right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray, screen pass to Connor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd down and 12. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Quick slant to Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner Murray. Flush to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Murray. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Now Murray's got to have this one. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
And out now come the Seahawks. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 8. Just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. To throw is Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Murray to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back to throw. Murray. That's complete to McBride. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. Now Murray. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. He's back to throw. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. It's caught at the 1. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up second down. They'll set up a throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Back to throw again. Returning right back to Lockett. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to win. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is good. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Seahawks, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so.
Tonight, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Carolina Panthers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
He had the numbers of the game last week, that if you win, you...
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Open man is Komet, the tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Cameron Jordan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, they need to make something happen for a chance at a comeback, and I'd say that qualifies. They took advantage of the play-action pass by the offense, ran right through it, and got a big sack in a big moment.
The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Brady. Complete. It's Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Brady. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. And caught by Henry. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Focus, defense, focus. Mike 38, Mike 38.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 132 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. He's got Granson, his tight end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
No chance. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Colts are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Hines is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Hines again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Brady. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nelson Aguilar. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Anderson.
Here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
14's the mic.
Ready, go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Grover Stewart, his 2nd sack of the night. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Regular.
First and 10, Taylor now.
Let's go. Come on, run.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Again, it's Taylor. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
I got you. Mike, check 33.
And they take a knee. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Double tight. Take 4.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal.
Let's put him on the buses.
Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Indianapolis, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore.
Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready?
Right there, right there. 54, Mike.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
54.
Lance looking to throw it. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Working with a 2nd and 4.
Watch the pass.
Working from the gun. Lance complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Come on now. Let's go.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that. A bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Here we go.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check Mike 54.
To throw, it's Lance. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And Murray now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
On the set.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Tight right, tight right.
Set cut.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Cut. Go.
They'll set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, San Francisco.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
That's not new.
Here's Lance to throw it. Out to his left. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Mitchell. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Once more with Mitchell. The 71 yards rushing for him now to this point. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. And Lance now to throw. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
49ers 21.
And Murray now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns set and ready to go on offense.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at early's opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A first down run with Jacobs won't get a whole lot, maybe a yard, but that's about all, and it's 2nd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They're going to look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
60 red.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
Ready, go.
And they will take a knee here. 2nd and 11 now.
38. Cut.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
43's the mic.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Browns, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.